Hello everyone, we are the Blast Project team. Today, we're going to introduce memory verse activities that does not require a special material but can be done just with paper. We prepared activities according to the children's age and memory skill. It divides into 3 levels: kindergarten level, lower grades of primary school level, and upper grades of primary school level. We are going to introduce activities that does not just simply read and memorize verses, but makes memorizing fun and joyful like a game. So now, let's take a look at the memory verse activities using paper. The first activity is word puzzle. This activity is for young children who does not know how to read or have just started to read. Each puzzle has a drawing with a writing, so even if they don't know how to read, they can complete the puzzle by looking at the drawing. Also, if you put images related to the verse as the background of the puzzle, you can talk about the image and naturally teach the words and concepts of the word. The materials are simple. You need a printed paper of the design, a scissor to cut the puzzles, and a tape or glue to stick the puzzle. The design of the puzzle can be downloaded through the link in the More section. Then, shall we get started? First, print out the design that's in the More section. Then, cut the pieces of the puzzle according to the line of the design. In the file, there are detailed instructions on how the puzzle can be made. You can pick an appropriate and knitted verse for the children, freely adjust the design and use it. Then, the materials are all ready. So easy, right? Now solve the puzzle with the children. After you puzzle the pieces together, glue or tape the pieces on a paper and it's all done. It's good to read the verse out loud following the teacher's voice, or talk about the people or objects in the image, or solve a simple quiz while putting the puzzle pieces together. The children can naturally encounter the words of God and have fun through the puzzle. The second activity is draw the memory verse. This activity is easy to prepare, and children can participate with concentration. It is suited for lower grades of primary school children, as you need to know writing and the flow of the sentence, because you'll need to put a verse in order from the paper you drew. The materials needed are an A4 sized paper, memory verse, and pen. First, cut an A4 sized paper into small pieces. Second, in each paper, write the word and divided parts of the memory verse. Last, fold each of the papers and put it in one place, then you are ready. Now, a child draws the papers and orders the words thinking about the verse. After the verse has been put in order, read it out loud and check if the order is right. The children will naturally learn the flow of the sentence and the positioning of the words in order to exactly memorize the verse. If you start in the beginning with lesser number of papers, then start dividing the verse into more words and level up, it is effective. You can also adjust the level by adding color or number onto the piece of paper as a clue. Likewise, you can make children memorize the verse with joy as a game with simple tools. The last activity is find the different word. This activity is a hardcore memory verse activity targeting upper grades of primary school children. The materials needed are simple. We need a pen and paper. First, write the memory verse on a paper by changing few of the words with words that have similar meaning. For example, if the original verse is, "But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God," change it so that it becomes, "But to all who did believe him, who believed in his name, he gave the power to become the sons of God." This activity makes the children spot the wrong parts and fix them with the right words by looking at this verse. For children who find this difficult, you can prepare the right version beforehand and do a mini-game like rock, scissors, paper and give them a chance to look at the answer. Also, to make it more like a game, you can make use of hangman. Hangman is a word game that you try to guess the word the teacher is thinking of by guessing one letter at a time. First, the teacher chooses one important word from the memory verse and draws blank spaces according to the letters of the words. For example, if the memory verse is John 1:12, you can choose the word believed. In this case, there will be 8 blank spaces. Then the children take turns guessing one letter. For example, if a child guessed E, then show where the E would sit in the blank spaces. On the other hand, if the guessed letter is not in the word, draw a part of a figure. You usually draw the body parts of a person, and the order is as follows: the head, body, left arm, left leg, then right leg. And if the children guess all the alphabets before the figure is completed, they win. The goal of the game is for the children to figure out the sacred word by guessing the right letters. Today, we looked into 3 activities that uses paper that can help to memorize verses. I hope you try them according to the children's age and level and have times getting closer to the Bible day by day. I pray that children can live by putting the words of God as lights, like Psalm chapter 119, verse 105. Your word is a lamp to my feet and light to my path. Then, see you next time. Bye!